Okay, hello Baller, I am back. This is the second lesson, which is transforming from general form to vertex form. So we have two forms for the quadratic function. Let us start with the general form. So your general form is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So you are very familiar with this already kasi ito yung usual na ginagawa kong binibigay ko whenever we are graphing. The other one is what we call the vertex form. So bakit siya tinatawag na vertex form? Kasi mapipinpoint kagad natin yung vertex ng ating graph. So what it looks like is a parenthesis x minus h squared plus k, where hk is your vertex. Kaya siya tinawag na vertex form. Kasi kitang-kita kagad yung ating vertex. So how do we transform from general to vertex and vertex to general? That is what we are going to accomplish, hopefully, today. So, I'm gonna do 2 examples each para makita nyo yung gagawin natin na technique. So, for general to vertex, we actually have 2 ways of doing it. We can do completing the square or we can do a formula. So, syempre, pahihirapan ko muna kayo. Magko-completing the square muna tayo. Okay? So, let's have example number 1. And my pen is dead. Example number 1. Y equals x squared minus 6x minus 11. So, I'm gonna do the harder part first. Technically, this is not really hard. Pero dahil I know some of you struggle with completing the square, this might be a bit hard for you. The other solution is using a formula. So, if marunong kayo or magaling kayo magkabisa ng formula, you just use that one. Okay? So, completing the square. What we're going to do is x squared minus ano yung idadagdag natin dito kay 6 para maging completing the square siya? We have 9, right? But we cannot necessarily put 9 here sa side na to. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin is lolokohin natin yung equation natin. Kasi we cannot add anything specific to our equation if one side lang siya. Technically, what we can only do is add 0 to maintain the integrity of our equation. So, paano magiging 0 yan? So, maglalagay din ako ng minus 9. Babalansihin lang natin. Balance ba? Okay? So, nag-add ako ng 9, tapos mag-minus ako ng 9. Technically, I did not do anything to our equation. I just added a 0 to it. But, yes, I essentially tricked math. So, yes, equations. So, after that, ang gagawin natin is I am going to write this as a factor. This one. So, x minus 3 squared. So, again, paano na nga nakukuha yan? Either you divide this by 2 or you get the square root of the last term. Tapos yun yung ilalagay nyo dun sa gitna. It will follow the sign of the middle term. Okay? Tapos, syempre ito, pagsasamahin natin siya. So, what's negative 9 minus 11? That's a negative 20. So, actually, this is our vertex form na. Yan na yun. O, diba? Ang saya-saya. Mabilis lang siya if you know how to do completing the square. If you know how to do completing the square. Now, this is effective if number 1, you know how to do completing the square. And number 2, if, madali lang siya, if our middle term is an even number. Can you imagine if it is an odd number? That means fractions ang lalabas. So, in any case, yan na po yung ating equation. Ibig sabihin, alin dyan ang ating vertex? Ang vertex po natin ay ito at ito. So, as usual, you have to notice the signs. Okay? If h is negative over here, when you write it as a vertex, nag-change po siya ng sign. It becomes positive. Okay? However, that is not the case for k. Kasi if k is negative, it's negative. Okay? So, h, mag-change ng sign. Yung k, mariretain yung sign. Please remember that. Okay? Yung h, mababago yung sign. Yung k, hindi mababago yung sign. So, this is now our vertex. Ibig sabihin, pwede na tayong mag-graph. Diba? Alam na natin yung vertex. Yay! We can easily put it on our graph. Madali na lang tayong mag-graph. Okay? So, this is the completing the square method. The other method is using a formula. Ano yung formula? H is equal to negative b over 2a. Tapos, yung k naman natin is 4ac minus b squared over 4a. Ma'am, ang complicated. If you don't want to memorize the formula, then do completing the square. Okay? Madali akong kausap. I will accept any of these two methods. So, whichever one you prefer, whichever is easier for you, yun ang gamitin. Okay? Huwag pahirapan ng sarili. Hindi kailangan maging mahirap na math. Yes. Anyway. So, let's use our formula. Ito ulit yung ating equation. So, syempre, we need to identify our A, B, and C again. So, ano ba yung A? Ang A natin is ito. So, 1. Ang B po natin ay negative 6. And ang C natin is negative 11. Okay? After pinpointing our A, B, and C, we can now fill in each value. So, negative 6. Ma'am, bakit ganun? Dalawa yung negative kasi negative B yung nakalagay dito. So, magne-negative, mag-change siya ng sign. Okay? To A. And then, sorry. Sure. Okay. K is equal to 4AC minus B squared all over 4A. So, there. Next, we simplify everything. This is a 6 divided by 2. Sorry. Brain is working faster than hand. 6 divided by 2, which is positive 3. Is it the same as the vertex that we got? Yes. For the value of h. Let's look at k. We get negative 44. This is minus 36 over 4. Pag pinagsama natin yan, negative 80 over 4, which will give us negative 20. Is it the same? Yes, it is. So, whichever method that you prefer, whether it is completing the square or using the formula, you will still end up with the same answer. So, now that you've gotten the vertex here, edi isusupply na lang natin yung values ng h and k in our equation. So, y is equal to, ang a natin is 1, so we can just forget about that. X minus 3 squared, and then minus 20. So, again, we ended up with the same answer. Okay? So, this is how you transform from general to vertex. Let's have another example. Here. Y is equal to 2x squared minus 4x plus 5. So again, I will be using both methods. In this case, hindi ko siya pwedeng gamitan ng completing the square kasi we have a 2. It complicates things. But in case you want to use completing the square for this, I will still show you. Ang gagawin natin is we will divide this by 2 twice. Si 4. So, 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 squared is 1. Yun yung dapat nating i-add. And then you multiply that by 2. Again, bakit? Trust the process. So, negative 4 divided by 4 is negative 1. I squared that. It becomes positive 1. So, yan yung i-add natin. Okay? But because your x squared has a 2 there, I will have to multiply that by 2. So, ang i-add ko ay 2. So, minus 4x plus 2 minus 2 plus 5. So, please don't forget it has to be minus, plus and minus. Parang nag-a-add lang tayo ng 0. Okay? And then, here's where the magic starts. I will extract the 2. And if I do that, whoa, diba? This is now a perfect square trinomial, which I can simplify into this. And then this will become positive 3. And this is now our vertex form. Okay? So, kung ayaw, if you don't want to deal with all that, it's perfectly fine. It's a bit hard. So, what you can just do is, you can just use formula. It's perfectly fine. I won't judge you. It's okay. This one was pretty difficult to do anyway. It's okay. But if you really want to try it, okay lang din. H is equal to negative b over 2a. And k is 4ac. Parang baliktad lang siya na quadratic formula over 4a. Medyo na-modify lang ng konti. So, h is equal to, oops, sorry. I don't know why it does that. Negative 4 divided by 2 times 2. So, that is 4 divided by 4, which is 1. Which is, hello, the same. And then k is 4ac minus b squared all over 4a. So we have then 40 minus 16 all over 8. I don't know what's causing that noise. I'm so sorry, guys. I think it's the dogs. I have... This is 24 over 8, which is 3, which is also, hello, the same as what we got. So, if I'm going to rewrite this now, kukuhanin ko lang yung a natin. 2, and then x minus 1 squared plus 3, which is, ta-ta, the same. Yay, the same. Okay, so that is how you transform from general to vertex. I think we have to leave it right here because ang haba na ng video na to. But yes, we'll just discuss vertex to general when we see each other in school. Bye!